ready to get on the hot seat with Wally George? Hang on for the wildest, most controversial talk show on television, featuring enthusiastic participation from our live studio audience and interviews with provocative news-making guests. And now, here he is, that hard-hitting, award-winning, conservative voice of television, Wally George.
Thank you very much. And this session of Hot Seat is now in session. Hey, that's a great sign. Hold that sign up there. Wally, you're due in 96. Yeah! Hey, I can see it now. Me and Dan Quayle, how about that? Oh, Barbara Bush. Okay. Hey, welcome to Hot Seat. This is the one show that tells it the way it really is. I am the one conservative standing up for God and country. We are seen all across this great nation on the Channel America television network in some 165,000 homes. No, what am I talking about? Wait a minute. 35 million homes in 165 cities. Finally got it out. I finally got it out, you know. Reaching into 35 million homes and also on satellite all around the world. And we are in our 11th year here. Why, you may ask, has Wally lasted 11 years? Why have so many other talk show hosts bit the dust? Why? Because I am the best. And you know why else? Because people across America are hungry for someone to stand up for the other side, to stand up for what is good in America. All right. Now, on the show tonight, back again for a repeat performance, and this guy is totally off the wall, Rudy. Rudy Krause is back, and he's debating me on the federal trial of these 4 Los Angeles police officers involved in the Rodney King fiasco. And I say this, Rudy says, yes, we should have these trial, and these guys belong in jail. I say, hey, these guys cannot possibly get a fair trial again. The jury is going to be intimidated. They had one trial. Another trial is like double jeopardy. I say we should leave it the way it is. And Rudy says, no way. Well, come on. Let's face it, folks. When you get right down to it, if Rodney King had only obeyed the police officers and had not tried to resist arrest, none of this would have ever happened. And then, on the show tonight, also on the hot seat, trying to defend bikini modeling, we have another genuine bimbo. Her name is Dia. And she posed in her eensy weensy teeny weeny bikini. calendars, and I say bikini calendars are degrading. And Dia is going to try to defend her profession if she possibly can. Okay. Now, before I do my commentary of the night, and let's introduce the great Wally crew. In the booth, everybody, my fine director, Jeff Bingham. Let's hear it for Jeff. My producer, my beautiful and talented wife, Janice George. Here's Janice. All right. Our floor director, the amazing Brian Lockery. There's Brian. Oh, hey, Brian. On the Wally cam is the one, the only, Kelly Carr. There he is. Everybody pay attention here in the studio audience. It's quiet down. Everybody at home, wherever you are across this country, and whether you're in a foreign country, via satellite, wherever you are, it's time for my commentary tonight, so please pay attention. It's an important commentary, but aren't they all? Yes. A little Wally Jewish first here. Your fearless leader. There he is. Okay, commentary. Here we go. Stand by. President Bush really has his job cut out for him. He's not only running against Clinton and Gore, he's also running against the news media at the same time. It is so painfully obvious how slanted the media is against George Bush and for Clinton and Gore. Or should I say Slick Willie and Bohr. The media is actively campaigning to elect Clinton and Gore. And why? Because the media is primarily made up of fellow liberal loonies. Now, I'm not the only one who says the media is tilted in favor of Bill Clinton. The Center for Media and Public Affairs, based in Washington, D.C., did a study on the TV news coverage of the presidential campaign. They found that during the first 7 months of this year, Clinton and Gore received twice as much favorable TV coverage as George Bush and Dan Quayle. Now, did you notice that after the Democratic convention, the TV news commentators and anchors had nothing but praise for the Clinton and Gore speeches, but after only 2 days of the Republican convention, they were tearing the president apart and also ripped viciously at former President Ronald Reagan and Pat Buchanan. And I say, this is totally unfair. You know what? I am the only national talk show host saying good things about the President of the United States and the Republican Party. But I'll tell you right now, I represent the majority of vast Americans across this country. I am the voice of the silent majority, and they believe Ronald Reagan, they believe Pat Buchanan, and they believe me when we say America needs George Bush for 4 more years. I'll be right back.
Another reason to go Galpin. Selection. Over 2,000 cars and trucks.
We have everything you want. We have a lot.
Another reason to go Galpin. Your choice of a new Ford Ranger pickup or a new Ford Escort. $169 a month for only 24 months on the Galpin plan. More reasons to go Galpin in the heart of the San Fernando Valley, just off the 405 freeway at Roscoe Boulevard.
Galpin Ford. Another reason to go Galpin.
I've named Just Phones of Fullerton our official cellular phone headquarters for Wally George viewers. I'm a customer, And they're the best. I couldn't survive without my cellular phone in my car. You need one, too, for business and for emergencies. Just phones of Fullerton, serving all of Orange County. They have a great reputation. Been in business for over 11 years, featuring old-fashioned friendly service, complete warranty for most major brands. 3141 Yorba Linda Boulevard, or call 993-1181. Thank you very much.
During the 1970s, Bob Newhart and Mary Tyler Moore were both on TV on the same night. Super Saturday night. Unfortunately, they were on another network. But now in this decade, the 90s generation can enjoy the classic wit, the sharp humor, and the great clothes that made both of these shows ahead of their time. You can watch Mary Tyler Moore weeknights at 5, followed by Bob Newhart at 5:30. Ladies and gentlemen, 56 KDOC presents to you comedy, the way it should be. Funny.
You wanted it.
Congratulations, Barry.
You demanded it.
Good.
And now, 56 KDOC gives you what you asked for.
What?
Mo Mary, Mo Mary, Mo Mary. The fans have called and we've responded by adding Mary Tyler Moore in the morning. Weekdays, catch the action from 10 a.m. to 11:30, and then stay with us when Mary returns at 5. When the fans of Mary Tyler Moore asked for it, 56 KDOC responded with Mo Mary, Mo Mary, Mo Mary.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yes. Thank you very much. Welcome back to Wally World. Hold that sign up. Get a picture of that sign, that Wally World sign. We got to see that. All right, yeah. Okay. We are back, the one talk show host who tells it the way it really is. Now, before we introduce our first guest, let me remind you people across America, we're on every day, Monday through Friday, from 3:30 to 4 here in Southern California with hot seat highlights various times around the country. Starting September 21st here in Southern California, we're going to move up to 4:30 until 5 with hot seat highlights. So mark that down on your calendar. Starting Monday, September 21st, we'll be on at 4:30 and at various times around the nation. Saturday nights, 11 until 12 midnight here in Southern California, and across America and internationally via satellite on the Channel America Network. Now, for those of you around the country who are not too familiar with the Rodney King case, let me just brief you once again. He's the guy who got allegedly brutally beaten by police officers here in Los Angeles. They were tried by a jury of their peers and found not guilty. And now they're going to have another federal trial for these same Los Angeles police officers. And I say that's double jeopardy. And I say they cannot get a fair trial. Now, here to oppose me on that is the ludicrous liberal maniac, Rudy Krause. Now, Rudy, hold it down. Okay. Hold it down. Rudy, let's face reality. These guys, these four police officers had a fair trial. They were tried by their peers. The jury heard all the evidence. They saw all the videotape, which most of us did not see all of the tape. They did. They heard all the evidence, and they were found not guilty. I say that's the way it should stand.
Now, Wally.
Go ahead, Rudy.
The jury did not hear all the evidence.
They did.
Let's go back to the scene of the crime.
Oh, come on.
Let's go back to the scene of the crime. Here we have Rodney King's car, and here we have Rodney over here getting beat by Powell, getting beat.
What are you doing?
Coon is over here orchestrating the whole thing, watching it, allowing it to go on, and over here behind Rodney's car, you can see the leg of Rodney's friend, and he is getting stung. All right. Okay, no, it's mine. This is evidence in a court of law. Police brutality. This is our king thing.
microphone. Hey, now we're not gonna have you sitting here drawing diagrams for the entire show here. We have a dialogue going on here. Do you understand that, Rudy? A dialogue. Isn't that right?
Cop stoppers. Cop stoppers. Put the cuffs on the sheriffs. Stop, punk cops.
Oh.
Cop stop.
Hold on. I'm telling you this once again, Rudy, and forget your stupid drawings. In this country, you are tried, and then you are found either guilty or not guilty. These 4 police officers were found not guilty, Rudy. Why in the hell should they have to go through this thing again? And you tell
Wally.
Don't draw, just tell me.
We're talking about the FBI super enhanced videotape. That was not the actual holiday tape. And you can tell because of the testimony of Singer, who was the female arresting officer, she couldn't even identify herself on that tape. Now, don't you think that's odd?
No. Why wasn't this brought up by Rodney King's attorneys?
Terry White is CIA. He's a CIA attorney. That's one of the criteria for being in the CIA. You either are an attorney or you know how to break someone's neck. Terry White was CIA. This is National Security Council.
Now, let me tell you something, Rudy. This whole damn thing would never have happened, this whole mess, if Rodney King had not tried to avoid arrest. Now, let's go over this a little bit. He was told to pull over. He led these cops on a long chase going up to 90 miles an hour, clear across Southern California. When they pulled him over, they told him to get out of the car. He refused. When they told him to lay down on the ground, put his hands behind his back, he kept getting up. He charged the officers, refused to obey any of their orders. Now, that's resisting arrest. That's speeding. That's a very, very dangerous driving. He could have killed somebody on that high-speed chase. I say, if anything, Rodney King should be prosecuted for what he did wrong.
That's correct.
Now, wait a minute. If he had obeyed the officers, stopped when they told him to, got out of the car, had not resisted arrest, this beating never would have taken place in the first place. How do you answer that?
Now, the beating. Let's discuss the beating. Did Rodney deserve to get hit 65 times by Powell in a clubbing manner? Why didn't the 16 officers just dogpile him like they did me? Remember when I first got on your show in '83? Mine was a case with the sheriff. The sheriffs jumped on me. They dogpiled me. There was 10 of them.
Rudy!
They could have done the same thing to King.
Rudy! If anybody should be dogpiled, it's you!
Now we're talking about...
As a matter of fact, if he's not careful, he'll be dogpiled right here. Now, wait a minute. Let me explain to you what the officers said during the trial. When Rodney King, they tried to get him to surrender. They tried to get him to put his hands behind him. They used taser guns. They used everything. They tried to force him on the ground. 4 officers held him down on the ground. He kept getting up. He would not lie down. He would not surrender. He kept trying. Every time he was down on the ground, he kept trying to get up again and again and again and again. And the officers said they used their clubs on him just to try to get him to surrender. They said the only other thing they could have used is their guns. They could have shot him, but they didn't. You see, the chokehold is no longer legal. They had very little. They couldn't even use a stupid net because that's illegal. They should be able to use the net, by the way. Drop a net, the guy can't move. But they... Isn't that right? But they won't let him do that. So these officers had no alternative. This guy would not stop.
All they had to do was cuff him. They should have just cuffed him. They could have jumped on him. There was no problem there. Singer said that she didn't see any difficulty with the arrest. And then Coon showed up and said, no, you go in the back. And you know that Singer couldn't even identify herself on the FBI superintendent's videotape. Now, don't you think that that is odd?
No, I don't think it's odd.
When the star witness, the prosecution's key witness couldn't even identify herself. That videotape was staged. That videotape was staged. It was edited, and scenes were reenacted by the CIA to move Singer out of position.
Hold on. Wait. All right. Hold on a minute. If you want to go that far, if you want to be ludicrous and talk about things...
Oh, you don't think that it's odd that she couldn't identify?
Let me go the other way around. Let me give Rudy another analogy about something that is odd. Don't you think it's odd that Rodney King stopped his car, hold it down, Rodney King stopped his car right out in front of George Holliday's window? Don't you think it's odd?
Yes, I do.
Hold on, wait a minute. Don't you think it's odd that that George Holliday was sound asleep when this happened? And don't you think it's odd?
No, he wasn't sound asleep. He was shooting film of his kids.
He heard something out. He heard something out on the street. He was able to get his video camera, get it all turned on, focus it on the street. All this taking place in only a matter of a few moments. And isn't it odd that he was able, in the middle of the night, being half asleep, being able to capture those pictures?
Yeah, that is odd. Now, you know what's odd about it?
Don't you think maybe George Holliday planned this whole thing with Rodney King? What do you think?
Holliday.
Now,
King was a
if you want to
stooge.
talk about things that are odd, that's what's odd. I'll be right back.
Want to lower your blood pressure? Have a banana. To prevent a stroke, eat lots of potatoes. You can even lower your cholesterol by snacking on popcorn. Want to know the secrets to really feeling good? Then you need to know what foods can help make you well and what foods can keep you healthy. That's why the editors of Prevention Magazine Health Books asked leading nutritionists for the foods and recipes that can actually prevent and even cure today's most worrisome illnesses and common health problems. Now it's all in one important book, The Healing Foods. I'm Joanne D'Agostino, nutritional consultant to Prevention Magazine Health Books. I'm also a registered nurse, so I know the healing foods can help dramatically improve your health and well-being. Over 450 pages documented by 180 doctors and nutritionists. Healing foods that can help prevent over 65 illnesses and conditions from colds to cholesterol, even heart disease and diabetes. You'll learn which tasty soups, delicious pastas, and hearty breads can actually help you lose weight, what fish dishes can help prevent arthritis, even the kind of cheesecake that will help fight osteoporosis, all in the Healing Foods.
Call now for the Healing Foods. Try it absolutely free for 21 days, 3 full weeks to learn how you can improve your health with food you like to eat. Then if you choose to keep it, we'll pay you in 3 easy installments of only $8.99.
And as a free gift, you'll get the special report from Prevention, Young Skin for Life. Over 50 pages of beauty secrets and makeover advice on how to prevent and reverse the signs of aging without cosmetic surgery or artificial makeup.
Remember, you can try the Healing Foods free for 21 days, and the free guide to young-looking skin is yours to keep.
Call for the Healing Foods now. And by the way, an apple a day does keep the doctor away.
Call 1-800-228-1066. 1-800-228-1066.
Okay. Thank you very much. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Wally George, and this is Hot Seat. And this is our 11th year on television. And just to make you liberals out there across the country feel a little sick, I'm going to be on there for another 31 years. The only thing that will get me off the air is if in 1996 I run for president of the United States. Now, we are talking to Rudy on the Rodney King fiasco and the coming federal trial of those 4 Los Angeles police officers. Rudy, let me ask you this. How in the world, as I said earlier in the show, can we possibly get a jury that will be able to come up with a fair verdict? Now, let's face it. The jury is going to know going in that if they find these officers not guilty again, they're going to think right off the bat they are going to trigger still another riot in downtown Los Angeles. In fact, some of our black leaders here in Los Angeles, I believe Maxine Waters was one of them, who said if these officers are found not guilty again by the federal grand jury, there will be another riot, and it'll be worse than the last one. So these jurors are going to go in there intimidated to begin with, realizing that if they find these cops not guilty again, they can trigger another bloody, horrifying riot, and they'd be very, very, very intimidated, worrying about their own lives and their own safety if they find these officers not guilty. So answer me, how can they possibly get a fair trial? I say they can't get a fair trial. How do you answer that?
Wally, are you going to buckle under to the terrorists of gangs? George Bush wouldn't buckle under. Boy, you're starting to show your yellow spine, aren't you?
Whoa. Wait a minute, Rudy. You are the one who are buckling under to... Wait, you're the one who are buckling under to the terrorists who committed these terrible riots and looting in Los Angeles.
No, maybe...
Now, I'm saying...
No, maybe we ought to discuss the riots and the lootings and all of the fires, 5,000 of them. Only 10% of those fires have been accounted for. What about the other 4,500? They were set by CIA.
Oh, God.
Ignatius plastic explosives wired into the conduit of the buildings.
Hey,
you can't tell me that the Crips and the Bloods have that technology.
Now, here we go.
They don't.
Here we go, folks. Now Rudy is telling me that the CIA was involved in the riots. But let me tell you. Hey, let me tell you, just...
National Security Council plan. Politically agitate the blacks. Get them to burn Los Angeles. Burn, baby, burn. Needs earn, baby, earn.
Rudy, you're the same guy. You're the same guy that came on this show a couple of months ago and told me that President George Bush was involved in the assassination of John Kennedy. Aren't you?
That's correct. We have evidence right now. We could subpoena George Bush, Herbert Walker Bush, into L.A. County Federal Court for a pre-trial hearing to determine whether or not there is grounds to hold him over for trial. He is the prime suspect in the JFK assassination.
How many of you think this guy belongs in a rubber room?
Wally, wait, they stole the brain. That's insane. He never checked the files, must I explain? His excuse is lame. Oswald was framed. I'd have checked the files. Is he to blame? I'd have checked the files. Is he to blame? I'd have checked the files. Is he to blame?
Wait a minute.
To blame.
Hey, hold on. Hey, guys. Hey, guards, get the straitjacket ready out in the hallway, okay? Now, you have not answered my question, Rudy. I went through this whole dialogue of how they will not be able to find a jury who can give a fair verdict when they're going to be so intimidated by knowing going in that if they find the officers not guilty, they may very well trigger another horrifying riot in L.A., and number two, their own lives may be in jeopardy. How do you answer that?
Call me. I am not intimidated. I will give a fair and impartial verdict in the raid trial. That's right. Are there 12? Are there 12 in Los Angeles County just like me who cannot be intimidated by the Bloods and Crips and Maxine Waters?
Can you imagine 12 people like Rudy on the jury? You know, they will find the cops not guilty by reason of insanity of the jury. Now, Rudy, here's another thing about your good friend. Here's another thing about your good friend Rodney King. You know what? Rodney King's... Hold on, guys. Rodney King's attorneys, during the trial, stated very clearly that Rodney King did not want to promote himself in any way over this incident. He just wanted justice to be done. He did not want to do anything to promote himself in any way. Well, guess what? In the newspaper just the other day, we find out that Rodney King has signed a multi-million-dollar deal for a movie and a book based on his life.
Okay, now, Wally, this is further evidence about a higher involvement national security council.
Why is it further evidence?
Well, because King, let's talk about King's speech.
Wait, the only evidence we have is that Rodney King found a good thing and he's going to make $1 million out of it.
Rodney King, you mean Rodney Rat, and I'll tell you why. Because Rodney Rat, he waited 3 days to make his famous "Can we all get along" speech. Now, don't you think that if they were burning down Los Angeles in your name, Wally, wouldn't you immediately get on TV and say, "Hey boys, hey guys, don't do it. Don't do it in my name." But Rodney let it go on for 72 hours. That's because his attorney told them to shut up.
Hey, wait, I thought you were defending Rodney King.
I'm showing you that there is a collusion and conspiracy from a higher authority, and we must get to the bottom of this King thing.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, we're not going to get to the bottom of this thing by having another trial where these 4 officers, and by the way, these 4 officers stated, and I believe it to be almost true. They did go a little overboard, but they stated categorically that they were doing their job as police officers, trying to subdue a criminal who was avoiding arrest. They were doing their jobs, and I think primarily that was the case. Now we got some people from the audience. Let's bring up our first questioner. Can I have your name and your comment or question? Go ahead. Yes, Tom.
I just want to know, how come there's more cops involved in the beating of Rodney King than in the suppression of the riots?
Well,
that's really interesting.
Wait a minute, Rudy. He asked me, idiot.
Wally, you only know what you're told.
If you were only watching television, you would have seen that there were several thousand police officers involved in quelling the riots. And also, if you think the LAPD was not doing their job, they stopped those riots in less than 100 hours. I think that's a pretty good job. Hey, but what about 100 hours and they had quelled the entire riot?
What about over at...
What about you taking a hike? Get out of here. Okay, next. Yes. Okay, can I have your name? Yes.
Gary, I want to know how you think the CIA...
Quiet, please.
Where do you get the idea that the CIA staged that whole thing? Where do you
Stage the reenactment. If you watch the trial on court TV, when Singer got up to testify, she could not identify herself on the videotape.
What difference does that make? Why do you keep saying that over and over again?
Because...
Who cares about that, you stupid nut?
Because they moved Singer out of position to discredit her testimony. They discredited her testimony by moving her out. She was the star witness.
Oh, baloney. And why, Rudy? Why
discredit her testimony? Can't you figure that one out?
Why didn't they call Rodney King to testify on his own behalf? Why?
Because they wanted to have this riot happen. Burn, baby, burn means earn, baby, earn.
Yes. Okay, yes.
Wally.
Quiet, please.
Wally.
Quiet. Yes, go ahead.
Did you watch the video?
Yes, I did.
Did you believe it?
Yes,
So did you use the word net? Did you
Did you use the word
Yes,
a
yes,
little bit overboard?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Oh, okay. What do you mean by that?
I think that there was certainly some excess in what they did. Absolutely. I believe there was some excess. But I believe it was provoked by Rodney King, who refused.
He might have been getting up asking for mercy.
No, he wasn't.
Oh, come on. Really.
Come on. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. In about 10 seconds, you're going to be begging for mercy.
I want to know how this ludicrous idiot over here.
Quiet, please. Yes, go ahead.
I want to know how this ludicrous idiot over here can disagree with the thousands upon thousands of cops from the great America's states that they agree that they use reasonable force.
Yeah, right on. Okay, how do you...
They use reasonable force.
Reasonable force.
Thousands of cops agree with them.
Yeah, well then why'd you get all messed up? Why?
Well, do you think
why
we should get rid of all the cops in
Why
this
does the
America?
entire world view this as the most tremendous beating in recent history?
They use reasonable force and everybody agrees
Yeah, they
with
jumped on them, they smashed them. We could have taken. Are you telling me if I got violent right now that 20 of you, 10 of you, 15 of you couldn't jump on top of me? Yeah, so what's the difference? This guy right here, come on, you come out here. This is Rodney King. Come out here. Get that guy right there. You come out here.
Rudy, don't order people
Me and
around.
6 of my buddies could take him down right now. Shall we can tie him up?
Let me say this. Wait, hold. We have... Hold it, guys. Hold down the audio, please. Now, let me tell you this. We saw this one videotape of this alleged beating of Rodney King, but we've never seen any videos of the countless beatings and murders of police officers who were beaten by thugs and animals, who were killed by thugs and animals. And I say, why aren't we thinking about the police officers who every day, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, give up their lives to protect us? I'm sick and tired of police bashing by people like Rudy all across this nation. It's time we said that the great majority of police officers in America do a damn good job.
Okay, now Wally.
And Rudy, as far as you're concerned, Rudy, you are out of here.
That's my sister. That's me. And that's Mom getting her lark. When we gave her her lark last year, we never imagined how much it would change her life. That's Danny and Courtney, and that's Mom at the zoo. She even takes her lark to the mall and the grocery store. She doesn't get tired anymore because she's not walking so much. We just pack that lark in the trunk of her car, and she's off. With the lark, she's going places and doing things we never thought she could ever do again. She's so independent. Giving Mom the lark was like giving her her life back. And that really feels good.
Lark can be the gift of life for someone you care about, or maybe even for yourself. For a free color Lark brochure, call Lark of America at 1-800-323-7400. That's 1-800-323-7400.
Turn your fantasy into an exciting new challenging career. You can become a private eye at the world-famous Nick Harris Detective Academy. Learn to earn $55 an hour plus. No prior experience required. Special hands-on training. Within 3 years, you can earn $140,000 plus per year. You can be a private eye. Nick Harris, in their 85th year. Call now for your free information kit. 1-800-479-0999. Call right now. Thank you very, very much.
It's two girls and you. Now the ultimate fantasy comes true right on your telephone. Two girls, two girls, two girls and you. It's what you've always wanted, so call right now. Two girls make you happy. Two girls drive you wild. Two girls are the greatest. Two girls make you dial. Call now. Call now. Two girls, two girls, two girls and you. Just $2.95 a minute. Adults over 18 only.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome back, everybody. Wally George here with our Hot Seat Show in our 11th year. Now, before we get to our next guest, it is time to introduce, or rather to announce to you that we tape record my Hot Seat Show every Wednesday evening here in the big Anaheim Wally Stadium. And here's the magic number to call. You can call right now. We have operators standing by right now to take your request for your free hot seat tickets. Area code 714-772-7600. Call right now for your free hot seat tickets. Leave your name, your telephone number with the area code, and tell the operator how many tickets you want. The tickets are free, and we'll invite you to come down here for a taping of my show. We tape it here in Anaheim, about a block from Disneyland. Every Wednesday at 6 p.m., play it back the following Saturday night between 11 and 12 midnight, and then at various times all across this nation on the Channel America television network and internationally via satellite. All right. Now, if you want to write to me, here's my address coming up on the screen. Wally George, P.O. Box 787, Hollywood, California, 90078. Write to me wherever you are across America. Tell me what channel you're watching us on in your particular city. If you're watching us outside of the country, let me hear from you also. If you want a free autograph picture, personally autographed to you, we'll mail one out to you. Please allow us a few weeks to answer your mail, because we do get a ton of mail from around, but we do answer it all as soon as we can. So write to me. And if you're in the area of Southern California and you're over 18 and you want to come down and challenge me sometime on the hot seat, let me know, and maybe I'll invite you to come down and take me on face-to-face on the hot seat. P.O. Box 787, Hollywood, California, 90078. Okay. Now, here to debate me on bikini modeling and bikini model calendars. Okay. Hold. None of that. We are not talking politics in this segment here. Here she is, bikini model Dia. Here she comes. Okay. Wait a minute. Don't you dare shake your tassels at me!
You know you like it, Wally.
Quiet down, please. Hold down the audience. Your name is Dia?
Yes.
And you are a bikini model,
and
correct?
Lingerie.
And lingerie model. Hey, I'm surprised. Yeah, I'm surprised she didn't come out here in a see-through lingerie outfit.
Because you wouldn't let me.
Yeah,
I tried. You wouldn't let me. You made me get dressed.
Now, you actually appear on calendars and with your picture on the calendar in your teeny-weeny bikini, and you sell those.
Uh-huh.
And posters, too?
And posters, too.
And posters,
Of my rear end.
Yeah! Did you say... Wait, hold on. Did you say posters of your rear end?
My tush, yeah.
Oh! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. She's not only a bimbo, she's a sick bimbo. Now let me ask you this. don't you think it is degrading and demeaning to put your near naked body on a calendar or a poster and sell it to millions of people?
I love it.
I mean, don't you think...
They love it and I love it.
Well, then you are an exhibitionist, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I love it.
Do you like to actually see people... Hold it. Do you like to see people staring at your near naked body?
Yes, I work hard. I work hard for this body. I've done a lot of Stairmaster.
Hey, hold it. Let her talk. What? Hey, we can't hear the interview. What would you say?
I've done a lot of Stairmaster, and I've worked hard to get this body, and I think it deserves to be seen. Whoever wants to see it. Whoever wants to look at it.
So here you are. Here you are sitting here on my All-American show in a bikini. I mean, don't you feel a little tiny bit embarrassed the way you are?
Not at all. Not at all. I think you like it too.
Wait, you think I like seeing you? Wait, hold it.
How about the calendar? Have you checked out the calendar yet?
Yeah, here is her calendar. How much? Wait, hold. How much do these calendars sell for?
They're $7, and they're well worth it. There's a lot of body in there.
I'll tell you, you wouldn't catch me posing on a calendar like that. Only a bimbo would do that, right? Are you?
But I am...
Hold it. Quiet, let her talk.
I am an all-American bimbo.
She said she's an all-American bimbo. What is the difference between just being an ordinary bimbo and an all-American bimbo?
The difference, because I can cook and I can sew.
You can cook?
And I can bake cookies. The only difference is I do...
Guys, go ahead.
I do my cooking and my baking in a G-string.
Can you imagine her cooking in the kitchen? Come on, the only cooking she does is in the boudoir. Now, have you always wanted to be this kind of a thing?
Ever since I was a little child, I remember always wanting to be a bimbo.
From a little child, you said, gee, someday I'm going to grow up and be a bimbo. Gee, Mom. Hey, gee, Mom. Gee, Mom, what I want to do more than anything is I want to grow up and be a bimbo and be on Wally George's hot seat.
But, most of all, my goal now is to hopefully...
Hold it, we can't hear. Yes, go ahead.
My goal now is to hopefully appear on your show in the future naked with you.
Oh! That's it. Hey, here's my goal, to see you out of here.
When it comes to alarms, security, and investigations, I recommend Roberts Protection and Investigations in Santa Ana. Experience is the big difference with Roberts Protection and Investigations. Owner Lee Roberts is a former police officer, and he offers you top quality service at convenient prices. I use Roberts Protection for all of my security work. Call now for more information, area code 714-953-1611, and tell them Wally George told you to call. I thank you very, very much.
Whether you're single, whether you're married, whether you're young or old, you can make a new friend right now. And it's easy. All you have to do is pick up the phone and call me or one of my friends anytime, 24 hours a day. This is live, one-to-one conversation with someone that's easy to talk to. Call now. We're waiting to hear from you, and we can't wait to talk to you.
Adults only, $5 a minute.
If you're worried about hair loss, I understand. Listen to how I felt before I replaced my hair.
Golly, I wanted something. You know, I've taken care of my body all my life. I mean, I had done everything right. But there's nothing I could do about my hair.
Then I called for free information. Now you can too. Call the number on your screen and find out how to feel better about your hair loss and yourself. Stay tuned to see how hair replacement helped me and how it can help you too.
HRC has helped thousands of men and women solve their hair loss problems. Build Solution is our permanent hair replacement process.
Looks are very important to me. Now my hair looks as good as I feel.
Hair Replacement Centers has 10 convenient locations throughout California. For free information, call HRC now at 1-800-545-3800. That's 1-800-545-3800. Call now.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, we got a really fantastic audience. Have you guys had a good time tonight? Hey, let me tell you, we have the best studio audiences on television. Now, you know, we've had a lot of people write to me over the months and said, Wally, you used to do the mailbag on your show, and you haven't done it in a long time, so by popular demand, we're going to do Wally's mailbag. Okay. First letter. Oops. Oh. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. This is from Jim Olson, who lives in Buffalo, New York. Says, Dear Wally, you think you're so great. I'm sick of your big mouth. Oh! He says, you think you know everything. Oh. Hey, listen, Jimmy, baby. Let me tell you something right off the bat. I don't think I know everything. I know everything. Get out of here. Oh, here's a great one. Hold on. Oh, perfume. This one is from Hollywood, and it's signed Timmy. Oh. He says, Dearest Wally. Oh. He says, I am gay and I think I love you. Oh. Hey, Timmy! Timmy, you little pervert! You're out of here! Don't you ever come down here and try to kiss me now! Okay. Here's one from Ronnie Clarkson of Reno, Nevada. Waldo. Oh. How dare you pick on our wonderful Bill Clinton? He says Bill Clinton is the most brilliant politician to ever run for president. He said, okay. Hold it. He says he's the most brilliant politician to ever run for president. What do you think of that? I'll tell you what I think about that, Ronnie. I think you're a stupid jackass. Get out of here. And finally, I believe we have a good one. This comes from Julie Lorenzen from Litchfield, Connecticut. She says, "Dear Wally, you are my hero. Hey! We watch you here in Connecticut, and you should run for president." I'll be right back.
The greatest Italian food you've ever tasted is at Dario's Italian restaurant in Placentia. Dario's, home with a $1.95 spaghetti dinner with unlimited salad. Nothing on the menu over $5.95. Your host, Dick Levitt, is crazier than I am. He's selling milk-fed veal at $5.95. Feed a whole family of 4 for $11.80, including unlimited salad and soft drinks. The Wally cheese pizza, only $4.95. Get a free autograph photo with your order of yours truly at Dario's in Placentia. Tell Dick Wally sent you. See you at Dario's. Thank you very much.
Are you ready to reach the foxiest girls? Are you ready to have fun with them? Reach beyond your wildest expectations and call 1-900-976-FOX. 1-900-976-FOXXX. That's 1-900-976-3699. $36.99 with your new phone bill. Adults only.
Look, here are the numbers for you to call and try it free. The ultimate telephone fantasy. Fantasy numbers to try for free. Call right now for big girls, yeah, blonde girls, ooh, black girls, and more. Call them all and try them free. The maximum telephone fantasies, they're waiting for you right now. Experience America's favorite $2.95 a minute fantasy lines with the first minute free. Adults only.
32 people were killed in Orange County in 1991 in gang violence. This year, the number is expected to be higher. Early warning signs of a child's involvement in gangs include graffiti on school books or in the bedroom, youth hanging out in groups, and an increase in gang-related crimes such as vandalism, assaults, and robberies. The best way to keep your kids away from gangs is to spend time with them.
For more information, contact your local police department or a youth program available in your community. Cop Talk is sponsored by the Westminster Police Department and 56 KDOC.
We're back, Wally George here with you. I want to thank you all for being with us again as we are plunging into our 11th year on the air. Be sure to tell all your friends, wherever you're watching around America, tell your friends what channel we're on, what time we're on, and we're on 6 times a week. So be with us, and I'll see you next time. God bless you all, and God bless America. Good night, everybody. Thank you very much.
Tune in every weekday at 3:30 for more Wally. And stay tuned till 1 for WCW Pro Wrestling on 56 KDOC.